Got ourselves a loved. Hold on. Love. Wait. Is that supposed to be I love Dino Raw? Who's Dino? A lucky man and our woman. We got plus. We got ourselves a Theotar. Is that what it? Oh, I feel like I never see shamans in my solos. So seeing that full set, oh, is that the normal Conquest one or is that elite one? Got ourselves Young on that team. We got ourselves Blackie here as well versus Goer, so Destro. We got ourselves Leo. Rick Meister joining back at all of the Parasol thing. We got ourselves Sham. Oh, that looks good. And we got ourselves Rest in Hell looking absolutely gorgeous right now. With Goers getting hit with, what was that? Hold on a second. I'm missing Theater going down for a knockdown as a high mounted turret. He knocks him down, leaps back in with a Pharaoh lunge, dropping down a totem to absorb that Chaos Bolt. Second bolt does fly out of a portal. Does end up connecting. Big Inferno dropping in. This could be huge for Guerrero's. Got himself big damage output. Does get interrupted, however. Got himself lots of potential output with a lot of haste, lots of procs for those Demon Fire bolts flying at Theodore. He's going to go for a stun fear, but a knockback comes out for the Shaman. Does get himself the range into a trinket wall as he got himself, hopefully, just enough survivability to keep himself afloat here. Succubus does stop for a moment, but he's actually free to play. Could interrupt the fear. Doesn't go for a kick. Instead, letting the Tremor Totem do the work. He's just trying to see if he can maximize that damage versus Goer's. Goer's Inferno does fade. And that's when Theodore might have himself a breakaway for a second. Mortical, no fear to follow up. Theodore having to go for a bit of a heal. Got himself the shields from just having totems around as a totemic shaman. Goer's trying to see if he can find himself an angle. Kind of trying to see if he can pull Theodore out in the open. Is going to go full port immediately. Theodore maneuvering that totem as best possible. Bolt does connect with Theodore with a fear to follow. Does end up leaving behind the pillar. Got himself. Is that a bloodlust? Or was that just a random proc of something? I'm not even sure what. Either it was a random proc or something, or I don't even know. Does drop the stun totem to Guerrero's. Double stun? Does it double stun? Gives him an opportunity to go full primordial storm? I think that's what's called. Goer's taking quite a decent bit of damage, though. Does have Dark back coming up very, very soon. Main to burn it off immediately. Does not use it yet. Mortical last second. Oh, but it can't kill. That got grounded, though. That Mortical is grounded, mister. With a big hunt to follow up. Rest of Hell looking to get some damage, but Theodore just dies underground. Knock up into Rest of Hell. Dodges the Sigil of Fear. Try to see if he can get himself a little bit of livability here. Tases down Rest in Hell with the route to follow as he's looking for a little bit of the recovery. Holy! Also love his axes. This is the axes that go in your back. They look fantastic. Wrath of Lich King axes. Kind of like a pixelated model. Blurry looking a little. Leaping away from a Demon Hunter. That is some work right there. Does go for the wall as it's going to be Rest in Hell. Locking him down with the stun. Does he have enough damage? That is a wall out of the Shaman. Looking for a knockback into Rest in Hell. Needs a heal. Needs a root. Needs a way to separate from the Demon Hunter as soon as possible. I don't know if he'll be able to. Does hit him with a root. That's going to be a stun totem to follow. Healing surges back to back. That's the only thing keeping him alive. Barely keeping himself afloat here. Oh, I think I might just go down here. Oh, barely escaping. But the blades out for Rest in Hell is going to be more than enough. Blackie is going to be up next. Do you have a pet? Hold on a second. Blackie. Do you have a pet? Oh, you do have a pet. What is that? A musk? What is that? Why am I drawing a blank on what that thing is? It's literally in the Dungeon Dark Flame Cleft. There's a bunch of them. Chat, help me out here. I want to call it a muskrat, but I know it's not a muskrat. Mole. That's what it is. It is a mole. Big damage out for Rest in Hell. Mole ain't stopping him. Turtle shell out right now for Blackie. Goes in for a little bit of healing. Rest in Hell is in a great spot right now. Does not have a lot of healing, but has a lot of damage. So as long as he got the strong hit and runs, he'll be okay. Is that enough blades into Blackie? Maybe enough, actually. He's still throwing down those chaos meteors from the sky. Does get the final clean with a stone to follow. As it's going to be a love Dino Raw. I'm gonna call you Dino, yeah? That'll be easier, actually. It's gonna be Rest in Hell taking a loads of damage from the Paladin. That is a full Herald of the Sun. Mass damage out for Rest in Hell, forcing out a big defensive out of Dino. And for Rest in Hell, he just needs survivability. He just needs to live. He's got himself immunity, not immune to CC, could get blinded, does drop down Sigil of Fear, does not connect with Dino. And for Rest in Hell, I think he's to get a catch onto Dino, catches him off guard with a kick on the Coley. Does jump in the air for a second with a hunt to follow up. Does he have enough damage? This is an opportunity to end the kill here. Does get him some spell warded. It's not enough though. He got chaos damage and just goes right through it. Oh, and a final fell rush to take him out. Immediately frozen by Young, however, with a flurry. Does establish CC early on. I guess the mage, I think he has to play aggressive. I don't think there's an option. Does land a kick too on the poly. Young has cooldowns ready to go. Quick breath. Freezing ring, but does end up having to knock Rest in Hell into it. Looking for a follow-up stun. Shrink it out for Rest in Hell. Does go for a stun back at Young. Looking for either go behind the pillar or chase after the mage. Decided to go for the chase. I don't know if that might be the best option. Big damage auto to Young though. Having to go Burning Invis for a massive DR. Massive shield right now, but maybe looking for the block either way. If Rest in Hell maybe chasing after the mage was the play. Maybe that was the correct play in the moment. Does have some Sigil of Fire. Young needs an escape out of here. Does go for a breath. Poly to follow. He does not have a stun to follow up. So he may just have to play a long hiding game. Big Ray of Frost off of a shattered Rest in Hell. Locks him out on Frost. May put Young in an unwinnable position right now. Ivy to follow. Young does get to reposition over to the other side of the pillar with a bit of shifting power to catch up on a cooldown or two. But it doesn't even matter. Rest in Hell does end up slaying him with a Shadow Strike immediately by the Rogue. Rest in Hell takes it to the air. Just trying to see if he can bombard down plus. The Rogue has to back up out of there. Even as he hits advantage, he does still eat one more fell lance from the sky. Rest in Hell has no outs here. It's all just up to the Rogue, and there's nothing you can do in that situation. Clean go by the Rogue. I think that Human Hunter did exactly the right move he had to. However, he does put you up in the air. Like, you can't go anywhere else, really, when that happens. Leo does get hit with a stun. IBF down. Changes appearance a little bit there. Mog and everything. Oh, not a second. Cloak of Shadows, Meld for Plush. Does not get a sneaky, safe getaway. He does go for the blind vanish. Using every cooldown he can just to make sure he catches the reset. Not the worst move. Honestly, it feels like, hey, maybe the Rogue committed a lot of cooldowns. Honestly, that is a full army of undead. The riders weren't playing. You just got to catch a reset and get out of this best as possible. You just got to get a clean reset. Use whatever you can to get the clean reset. Otherwise, you just instant lose. You have to get it clean. Even if you overcommit maybe a little, it's better to commit than not commit at all. It's going to be potentially evasion off a push. Not a lot of health. Trying to go for a bit of heal. But those riders and the dots, it's going to be more than enough, man. Cheat Death does get himself one last clean little cleave sweep. That was a lot of damage. Look at Rest in Hell, man. The amount of damage a Demon Hunter can do is kind of what... They are a full-on glass cannon, however. They are an actual glass cannon, though. You either go in there and you send everything into whoever you're fighting up against, or you die. And you can't really play it safe either. So I kind of love that about DH. It's just how aggressive you have to play it. Let's get us just one more going, yeah? Ready? Plus is ready? Leo, let me know if your team is ready. We'll send another one right after, yeah?